guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. I'm uploading the Libra Decan 3 right now. And Marlena Teresa took a break from this Decan just because it's the Four of Swords and it's fitting. So she's not doing a spread or the video she normally does. And I was like, that's cool because today is October 13th, 2023, Friday the 13th. And so I decided, I was like, how am I going to do both spreads? And then she decided not to do the spread. So I'm like, cool, I can do a Friday the 13th spread, and not feel guilty that I'm not doing the other spread. But I am going to use my Indigo Sage affirmation cards. They're air. I'm using my Supernatural tarot because it is very airy to me also. So I'm still in that Libra airy energy. And as a matter of fact, before I did a spread, I did a meditation and did a spread. I just found it on Pinterest. But I've done this spread before, I think. This is the darkest deck I have, is the Supernatural Tarot. I never use it because, yes, it's an Inside Edition deck. Yes, it's partial pips. And I don't mind that it's partial pips because I have 10 Inside Edition decks now. And most of them I use on a regular. Like, I love them. I was just super disappointed in this one because this was the first one I ever bought, of their decks. I was super disappointed in this deck because, some of the cards, whether they were pips or not, I was disappointed in what they chose for that card. In my mind, they could have chosen something better because I've seen the show. I love the show. And for a long time, I put this deck in my never gonna use, just a nostalgia thing. And the last couple weeks, it's been popping back up for me. So I'm giving it another chance right now. And then we had, that's really pretty, this affirmation card popped out. It says, relax into nothingness. And if that is not perfect for Decan 3 of Libra, I will kiss your booty. Because it says, don't run away from the power of silence, sip it in. I love it. That's insane. I'm going to leave that there. And I'll probably show it in a video or a picture, but that's crazy. That's quite fitting for what we're into, the Decan 4. And I'm anxious to see if any of these cards are the Four of Swords. That would be cool. But I just pulled a thing off Pinterest. It's right here, Friday the 13th spread. And there's 5 cards. And you can't see them all here because I don't have the space on my table for that. But number 1 is the energies surrounding me today, which would be this card here. And we got the Page of Cups. I immediately heard emotional. Not me, per se, but I have 2 sons and my husband. My youngest son is 17. My oldest is 24. He just moved out. And then we have my nearly 50-year-old husband. So, at times, they can be quite emotional. I don't know why. I'm the non-emotional one in the house, but I'm always accused of being the emotional one. And I'm like, really? Because you lost your mind over some game not coming out when it was supposed to. That's my life. So I find that interesting. And yes, it's a female here, but I still get a very male, masculine energy from this card. So I'm going to be dealing with these men, pretty much all men, emotional state. Maybe something happens at work or school, because one is in school and then the other 2 working right now. That's going to just be a disaster for them. And I'm actually surprised my husband has not called me yet. I've been home all week, this week. And every day he's called me like 3 or 4 times by 10 o'clock. So I'm surprised he hasn't called me yet. Maybe that's the emotional state we're going to be dealing with. So number 2, what you can expect from the day. And this is this card up here. And we got the Hangman. Oh, interesting. So, what you can expect from the day. Introspection, maybe uncovering a new way of dealing with their emotional state. Interesting. Or even just dealing with an angel coming down and talking to me. Card 3, what you should avoid today. We got the 5 of Pentacles, and it's funny because in the Decan walk that I'm uploading right now, there is a comparison drawn between the 4 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. They are exact opposites, air and earth. So I find that completely interesting. And usually I did dive deep in that Decan with this card, so that's quite interesting that came up. And it says what to avoid today. And I just keep hearing homelessness. And I'm not going to be homeless anytime soon. My son that just moved out just paid rent, so he's not going to be homeless anytime soon. But I almost feel like there could be a fight started between the two of us because I'm his mom and he doesn't like me mothering him anymore. Like, I cannot give him my opinion on anything. And we've been arguing here lately about an air purifier because the person in the apartment below him smokes and it comes up into his apartment. His whole apartment smells like smoke all the time. And I told him to get an air purifier. He keeps saying I'm going to, and then he doesn't. And then I go pick him up for work or, go take him to the store because he doesn't drive. And that's a whole argument in of itself. And we have an argument about the air purifier. So that could be another argument that takes place. But I keep hearing homelessness here. Like, maybe I'm going to let him know, remind him, hey, you need to pay this bill or you need to pay this bill. And the last time I did that, he jumped at my throat because I'm grown. I know how to do these things, but he forgets everything, which is why I'm constantly reminding him of things. And then he gets mad when I'm reminding him of these things. So, interesting. So I just avoid talking to him today, period. And it feels like that's going to be avoided the whole thing. How you can make the best of the day. How can I make the best of today? With the Queen of Blades, the Queen of Swords I just find that interesting, is to basically take out the emotion, in my mothering. I basically was just saying that. Take the emotion out of things. Don't be his mother for today. Be just his chauffeur or something else. Interesting that the Queen of Swords showed up. Because, yeah. She often gets a bad rap, but I do see the Queen of Blades, the Queen of Swords, as somebody that, is very, she's not emotionless, but she's been hurt so many times. She takes emotion out of the equation, to be able to deal with things, to be able to run her kingdom, do what she needs to do. And that's very fitting. You know what? So far, I just did not give this deck a better chance because so far it's reading quite well and quite accurate to my life at this moment. Number 5, what you can do to turn your luck around. What can I do to turn my luck around? Judgment. No judgment. Oh my God. So every time, and this has to be talking about me and my son. It got to the point, we argued so much that it got to the point where I was like, you have to move. I've got to kick you out. He was living with me at 24 years old. And he thought he was running his own things and doing his own thing and didn't have to help out and didn't have to contribute or be part of this family that he was living with. And I'm like, you got to go. For my mental health, you got to go. Which is interesting because even though he moved out and I was talking all this crap at work, like, oh, I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that, I found myself still being his mother because that doesn't go away. It just shocked me that I was still like, I brought him food when we had leftovers. And mind you, he's only been gone a month, but every time I turn around, he was like, "Why are you judging me?" And it wasn't me judging him. That's the way he was perceiving things, but it was me being his mom, trying to help him out, trying to do things to make his life better, and he wasn't seeing it that way. So I found that every bit of this quite fascinating. And it's funny because I pulled out the tower card and threw it back in, and I still feel like the fact that it did not come back out lets me know that there could have been a tower moment, but because of the spread, I am going to avoid conversating with him. Not talking judgment or anything like that with him. Not judgment, but, just avoid conversation, and it will take all this out of the equation, which I find quite interesting. Now, I could be pinning all this on one kid, and then the other would come home and start some crap. So, because he is 17. They're in that stage of life where they're just like, we don't owe nobody nothing. We are our own person, and they know nothing, right? Because they're still children to me. They will always be children to me. My youngest, I called him my baby the other day, and he was like, "I'm 17," and I'm like, "You will always be my baby," and that's the thing that kids don't understand until they become parents themselves. That's how you will always feel. They will always be your children. They will always be your babies. So no matter how old they get. And I'm realizing that I have a 24-year-old son out there in the world. And now I'm just like, the fact that I still go get him every day. Yes, it's hard on my gas, which I don't like. But it's the perfect situation because I can still make sure he's still living, breathing. He doesn't want for anything without actually participating. If that makes sense. I'm still that on the inside enough that he's let me in the inside enough to know that, I'm okay and I'm doing well and I'm thriving despite the fact that you have to come and get me for work every day. Anyway, that was quite interesting. Yeah, quite interesting spread. Let's look at the book real quick. Because I never pull this deck out ever for any reason. So we are looking at card 1. The energy surrounding me today was the Page of Cups. Page of Goblets. And it's funny, we have 2 majors in here. And then one of each of the sits except for wands. Page of Goblets. Where's the goblets? Goblets are up here before the bones. Nope. Maybe they're last. That's going off. Okay. 8, 10. Where are the... Oh, they're in the beginning. I forgot. That's how they do this. Okay. The energy surrounding me today is the Page of Goblets. Upright, the Page of Goblets represents a dreamer who's fueled by their own curiosity. Like superfan Becky Rosen, Becky gets swept up in her romantic fantasies and sometimes loses sight of reality. The Page of Goblets tarot card advises you to keep dreaming big, but make sure your feet are on the ground. Sometimes the card heralds the start of a new close friendship or relationship. Interesting. So it could be, let's read the reverse. The reverse, the Page of Goblets, reverse represents someone who's having a lot of difficulty connecting with their emotions and expressing themselves. Didn't I just say I'm the Queen of Swords? Yeah. It's time to get in touch with your feelings. Don't be afraid to be emotionally vulnerable with those you love. That's how deeper connections are formed. Interesting. I still feel like this is not me, though. This may be my son. And he has a hard time expressing himself as well. So, interesting. So, for card 2, what you can expect from the day. is the Hanged Man. Castiel's identity is a rigid, detached, loyal soldier of heaven is forever changed as he forms a close relationship with the Winchester brothers. So, such major shifts in perspective are embodied perfectly in the spirit of the Hangman. Upright, this tarot card heralds important realizations and epiphanies. Change can be difficult, but being open to new ideas and perspectives can serve you well. It may even help you prevent the apocalypse. And reverse, the Hangman reversed indicates an important situation in your life is currently on hold or not progressing in the way you are hoping it for. If you feel things are stuck in limbo, reevaluate your strategy to come up with an alternative route to your goal. Yeah. Card 3, what you should avoid today. And we have the 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. Or in this deck, it's pentagrams. Upright. The 5 of Pentagrams tarot card suggests instability in your financial world or practical aspects of the home. Are you having trouble coming up with rent or mortgage payment this month? Have you been caught off guard by an unexpected shift in your career? Focus on making sure your foundation is stable. Reverse. When reversed, the 5 of Pentagrams indicates the foundational instability referenced by the upright 5 of Pentagrams is ending. Hardships don't last forever. The reverse 5 of Pentagrams comes as a sigh of relief as it heralds the end of a difficult time. Says, what can I avoid today? Interesting. So I was getting homelessness. I kept hearing homelessness, in this card. Maybe that's what we're avoiding is homelessness by keeping our feelings in check and not losing our job. But I'm not working today. I think this more still relates to my son, so that's quite interesting. Number 4, how you can make the best of the day. We got the Queen of Blades, wasn't it? Yeah, Queen of Blades. Queen of Blades, high-ranking angel Naomi is a ruthless, complicated leader who, according to Castiel, fiercely cares about the safety and well-being of the souls in her charge. Despite her unquestionably brutal methods, the Queen of Blades represents an intelligent, independent, protective figure. This tarot card advises you to be brave and unwavering in the pursuit of what you want. Stand your ground, muster your confidence, and know your worth. Wow. That just called me out. Reversed. When reversed, the Queen of Blades becomes manipulative, calculating, and self-serving. A side of Naomi that is on full display as she tortures and manipulates Castiel. This tarot card reminds you of the importance of having compassion for others and warns you not to try to bully others into getting your way. Interesting. Now, card 5. What you can do to turn your luck around. We got Judgment. And I turned right to it when I went to the majors. The tarot card Judgment is all about reckoning and atonement. The Archangel Michael wishes to bring an end to humanity's time on earth through the apocalypse, but unfortunately finds his own awakening when Castiel forces him to confront the truth of God's nature. Upright, the message of the Judgment tarot card is loud and clear. What you reap, you sow. The time to sow is now as one cycle begins to come to an end. Balance intuition with logic to make decisions and take time to really think through any and all possible repercussions of your actions to avoid regrets later. And I find that interesting that said balancing things, because the Decan we're in as of today with the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is the balance between the Wheel and the Justice card. So I found that quite interesting. And oftentimes Judgment can be a form of justice also. So I found that interesting that those kind of tie together. Reversed. Have you been feeling burdened by shame or regret? The Judgment Tarot card, when reversed, shows your feelings self-critical and reflective. Self-analysis can be beneficial if you're proactive about it. Learn from mistakes and make amends whatever possible. But then forgive yourself and move on. Wow. That's crazy. And my cat just jumped up here. So that's my tarot spread for this Friday the 13th. There he goes. You might just saw a whisper here, but that is my Friday the 13th tarot spread. I find it quite interesting. I do feel like it's related to my son, but also there's some calling me out in here, letting me know, hey, you could do the work you're supposed to be doing right now, like the writing and the mediumship and all that. It always comes back to that for me, because I'm not doing any of it. So, yeah. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good night.